Hello and welcome back to the STL VGC Draft League. We are here with a Week 2 match with Jared C. and Southside Braves. I am joined on the mic tonight with my good buddy and Week 2 rival, Mason. How's it going?
Hey, what's up? I'm definitely looking forward to watching this match. I'm honestly a fan of both of these players' teams. I feel like they have a lot of solid, sort of high-tier picks with deep move pools. So I think there's a lot we can see here.
All right, as we are into team preview here, Jared, I believe, ended up having a no-show from a drop in Week 1. And Braves, a very tough-fought game in Week 1. So both of them coming in 1-0. We'll see who walks out of here undefeated. Anything jumping out at you so far in team preview?
Yeah, immediately, I think the Sableye is horrifying, as well as, honestly, the Simisage put in a lot of work in the first week. I know all too well. But also, I think this Mega Gardevoir on Jared's side could definitely be his ticket into this match. I think generally his team is a lot faster, so I'm curious to see what sort of tech Braves will have in terms of speed control for this match.
We're going to see Delphox and Azumaril come out for Braves, and Meowstic and that Hisuian Decidueye come out for Jared.
Yeah, this is a very interesting lead. Definitely not like anything I would have.
Yeah, one thing to note, it is a Mega, or the Meowstic is holding a Mega Stone. Doesn't necessarily have to Mega, but Jared does have the option of Mega Gardevoir and Mega Meowstic here. So, and I believe the Delphox is, yes, it is also holding a Mega Stone.
Yeah, I think a fun rolling we had for this draft was drafting Mega Meowstic actually gave you access to either gender, and looks like Jared went with male Meowstic here, so we're going to see a more support-oriented one. Garchomp switch in makes a lot of sense. Definitely will do a good job at taking the likely Heat Wave from this Delphox with the grass type on the field.
Yep, a little bit of switching around from both of them. The Sableye coming in. Also, Mega Sableye obviously can't Mega at this point, as, oh no, the Heat Wave is going to miss. Does hit the Garchomp. Will we see the burn? Nope. So no burns. Meowstic does dodge after getting that Reflect up. But as I was saying, one thing to note is the Sableye is also required to be holding his Mega Stone. So, something to keep in mind here.
Yeah, no Rosalie Berries or Light Clay from either of these Pokemon, actually. So these screens are only going to be lasting 5 turns.
Correct.
And that Heat Wave miss can definitely be crucial. We see a skill swap coming out, so we're going to take the Levitate. We're giving it a ground weakness, but Will-O-Wisp is going to come out. That's definitely going to stop a lot of this incoming damage, but that is a crazy tech from
That is a crazy tech, and also, the Will-O-Wisp tech on Delphox that now has Prankster, so it can Prankster Will-O-Wisp here. Although Delphox is probably the fastest thing on either team. I don't remember what Greninja hits.
Actually, Greninja hits, I believe, 142 base speed, and Delphox, I think, is 135. So, Greninja definitely can be faster based on how it's trained. Unless this Garchomp is a choice scarf, then yeah, giving it to Prankster definitely wasn't the difference maker there, although it would be very unfortunate if it was.
So we have seen what, Heat Wave and Will-O-Wisp from the Delphox. Interesting tech. Honestly, the Will-O-Wisp was not something I would have expected coming into this match. As we see the Gyarados come in, get an Intimidate off that's probably not gonna have that much effect. But then, oh, the Garchomp is gonna get encored into the Stomping. A cheeky little crit with the burn not helping, and this Delphox is having a time with these Heat Wave misses.
Yeah, we also saw in that last turn with this Gyarados switch in, Garchomp very likely went for Earthquake there. I can't see Jared wanting that Stomping Tantrum to go into the Sableye. Yep. So that will also confirm that there's no Choice Scarf on the Garchomp, but we would have seen similar with the Speed Order there, I believe. And yeah, this is definitely off to an interesting start. Azumaril coming back in, resist both these Pokemon pretty well.
As Gyarados is going to switch back out into the Meowstic and gets called on the switch. The taunt going back into Meowstic. Braves making every play so far.
Yeah, this is not what you'd like to see if you're Jared. It's definitely doing like a great job slowing down all the Pokemon on Jared's side.
And we have seen all 4 Pokemon from Jared, so that Mega Gardevoir has not been brought to this set.
Very interesting. I actually no Megas at all on Jared's side.
He does have the Meowstic that can Mega, technically.
That's right.
So, but I don't know how good that would really be right now, is to, like, Mega Meowstic not exactly a top-tier threat.
Definitely not. And we do see this Belly Drum come out on the Azumarill. This can be devastating. Although there is a very healthy Decidueye on the board, so unless we're seeing something like a Quash or a Thunder Wave on the Sableye, the Azumaril definitely is very threatened here. Its Aqua Jet's not doing a lot of damage to either of these Pokemon.
We have seen Encore, Disable, and Taunt, I believe, on the Sableye, so curious what the last move will be. Quash would definitely make this a very interesting scenario.
The players definitely taking their time here. This is a very interesting board. I honestly can't say I would have expected the game to play out like this based on team preview. Taking a much slower approach than I expected, I feel. Lots of pivots. And here it's just going to be switch and protect.
And protect, yeah.
Decidueye as well.
Also all around, everybody. We're just really jockeying for position here. Just trying to... Jared, I feel, trying to dig out of the hole a little bit. Braves definitely had a lot of momentum there in the early game and is threatening a lot of damage this turn with Delphox and that Azumaril.
We're going to see the skill swap again. It's giving himself Prankster. What's it going to be from this from this Decidueye? Gives himself
Prankster Tailwind.
That is crazy. The Heat Wave's gonna come out, and yeah, the Decidueye's not gonna be taking that one. Although suddenly the speed is in Jared's favor.
Yeah, that was such a sick play.
It'll be interesting to see if this Gyarados is able to come in here. I could see maybe a Power Whip allowing it to take care of this Azumaril.
Yeah, I believe like the Azumaril should be in range of a Power Whip. So I guess at this point your question is, Braves just has to make a call here. Who do you think is going to be targeted?
going to be a withdrawal on the Delphox once again. Sableye coming back out. So Azumaril can protect, and it will. Will we see the power whip here?
It's a very smart play because now whatever the Gyarados locks into, the Sableye is now pressuring to Encore or disable that. So now he's locked into, like, he can lock him into Waterfall now, and that won't do much to the Azumaril at all.
Yeah, definitely not. And this Garchomp is well within range of this +5 Aqua Jet. There's no world it's taking that. It had about 40% when it switched out. So removing this Azumaril's definitely looking like a problem here. We haven't seen an attacking move on the Meowstic yet, so there is a world something like a Psychic can just barely push it over the edge. Like maybe we do see it go for the Mega. There's a world it doesn't even lose its ability, right? 50-50, it'll get Prankster right back from that Sableye.
Oh, is the Fake Out is the last attack on the Sableye, and the Aqua Jet will pick up the Meowstic.
Yeah, and now I'm struggling to see how Jared can dig himself out of this. There's still 4 pretty healthy Pokemon on Jared's side, although...
And this is the last turn of that Tailwind, so even if Sableye goes down here, you can just protect with the Azumaril, get a free switch into the Delphox, and I don't see how Gyarados and Garchomp can bring this back. We still haven't even seen Brave's 4th Pokemon.
I know there's just going to be Aqua Jet, and probably an Encore if I had to guess. So that does reveal a speed order between these two, yeah. I believe they're the same base speed, so it doesn't make too big of a difference. They're both using a lot of player moves. We're just going to see Waterfall remove the Sableye, and I think this endgame, this Gyarados, is just getting attacked from too many angles to really finish any of the Pokemon on Brave's side.
Yep. At best, like, maybe we see the Delphox go down, Jared can see what the last Pokemon is, because I do think the Gyarados might survive a double up here. There's a
It definitely depends.
Yeah.
I don't think it'll take a play rough, but yeah, we are just going to see the Aqua Jet. Definitely a safe play.
Yeah, you don't want to risk that miss.
Absolutely, and yeah, there's just plenty of firepower to just whittle this Gyarados down, not reveal any of the moves he has. Like, we haven't seen Play Rough come out yet, so, you know, it could be something like maybe an Ice Spinner, or...
Yeah, that is true.
It could just be a second water move.
With the Decidueye and the Garchomp, something like Ice Spinner actually would go pretty far here, as we do get to see the Greninja as Braves' last pick. So that is valuable information Jared was able to get just by that Gyarados living this turn.
Yes, it definitely is. And I know all too well that this Greninja is actually a threat. I really underestimated it last week, and it put in a lot of work. It learns a whole lot of moves, so knowing that he's planning on bringing it here is definitely not, like, information not worth getting by forfeiting in an earlier turn. It's very good on Jared to play that.
For sure. So as we go into game 2 here, what kind of adaptations do we want to see? I'm really surprised that we didn't see the Mega Gardevoir at all.
Yeah.
Just because, like, with Garchomp and Sableye and that Greninja, all 3 that are not going to want to take that Hyper Voice.
Yeah, there's definitely quite a few Fairy Leagues. There is the Resist in Delphox, but I think we have plenty of tools to be able to remove that, right? And there's also a world it could be maybe Trick Room on this Gardevoir. Braves' team is generally faster, although it does get a little annoying with, if you do set that Trick Room, now Azumaril might just get to take over, right? It's a very slow Pokemon.
Yeah, probably probably the slowest thing on either team is, you know, the Azumaril and the Sableye.
Yeah, I think we saw only priority moves in the Sableye, but I mean, even then, it still was really able to take control of last game with the Encore Disable. And knowing the fake outs there as well, it makes things so tricky. Sableye is very hard to deal with, even without getting a defensive item.
Absolutely. I would also love to see this Houndoom come out. I think it could do really good things into quite a few of Braves' Pokemon, but we are going to see a switch up from Braves. That Lucario and the Mega Lucario, excuse me, and Greninja and the Meowstic Decidueye lead. Jared sticking with what he brought in Game 1, even though it might not have worked out the best.
Yeah, and this is a very aggressive lead from Braves. Both these Mons are trying to just come in and swing as much as they can. They do a lot of damage. So it'll be interesting to see how Jared tries to withstand this, if we see the skill swap Tailwind play again, or there's a world it's just, say, a Reflect and a Leaf Blade, right? These Mons are threatened, or even a Fighting move. So Decidueye is threatening both targets here.
As we see the Lucario going for that Mega Evolution. Meowstic will just set up the Reflect. As you said, I don't know how much pressure the... Oh! Gunk shot.
Oh, but did it miss? It did not. The Protean delaying the animation, making it look like it missed. But this is going to be a double up. This could be devastating if it is.
And an Ice Punch coming out. That is a devastating blow for Jared's momentum here.
Now, the good news is, this Greninja is a poison type now, right? Although I can't see Garchomp being fast enough to really take big advantage of this. Like, maybe we see Gyarados switch an Earthquake. That'll threaten a lot of damage, especially if it is the Delphox in the back, which actually probably unlikely now that we see the Mega Lucario, but there's quite a few Mons here that don't want to take it.
Yeah, absolutely.
There still is this Ice Punch, and ooh, it's going to be Psychic Terrain. Interesting. Zombie Tantrum, so we actually see the Garchomp move first. I believe that means... Does that mean it has to be Scarf?
I think it is Scarf. That means he did just attack the Sableye on the turn he got Anchored last game. As Garchomp doing something I didn't know was possible, living an Ice move.
Yeah, through that Reflect, and actually, it wasn't even -1 or anything.
Yeah, it's just reflected non-stab. I mean, Ice Punch is a very low base power move. It's what, 75, I believe?
Yeah, 75 base power, although it is coming off of quite a high attack stat from the Lucario. It's not a stab move, so it's not taking advantage of that adaptability. So while Lucario does do pretty insane damage output generally, it's doing that through clicking stab moves.
Yeah, and the Psychic Terrain paying dividends right now. Garchomp seems to be the fastest thing on the field, and Azumaril really would love to be able to click Aqua Jet, but just can't with that terrain up. As we see a switch into the Sableye. Braves does have to be careful here. Kind of losing a lot of the damage. If this Azumaril goes down, he doesn't have much in the way of offense left.
I am excited to see what this Mega Meowstic wants to do. Is it setting up its own expanding force?
It is.
Wow. And this is going to do a lot of damage. Definitely get the Azumaril out of Belladrum range, or just straight up knock it out. And suddenly,
yeah, Braves.
This is a commanding position.
Braves is very much on the back foot now. No priority available. This Greninja will definitely live a stomping now that it is no longer a poison type, but I can't imagine anything in the back is going to love, or is going to have too much trouble picking up what's left of this Greninja. Although the Sableye does have Disable, and if this is Scarf, we could see... Okay, and we are going to see Jared recognizes that, swaps out into the Gyarados.
And I'm curious to see if we're going to go for a dark move or just lose the dark type on this Greninja, because we've only seen a psychic attack from the Meowstic, so it is currently walled. We actually see
Meowstic
skill swap Intimidate.
Also giving the Gyarados huge power.
I missed that. Holy
yeah,
cow.
the Meowstic
Okay,
copied huge power from the Azumaril. And so, yeah, this Gyarados is going to be an absolute monster. Also, the funny little interaction there with skill swap, activating Intimidate again.
Yes, and that Night Slash tickled. It does have a high crit rate, so there's a world it gets around the defense drops. And it was very smart of Braves to lock in the dark move, so this Meowstic is now incapable of doing damage, but we have seen plenty of fun tech options from it. So, okay, it is just going to go for the Expanding Force. Not wanting to get rid of your own huge power, not wanting to give away the Intimidate and weakening your Gyarados. So, just kind of getting away with what it can on that turn without making the position any worse. We're going to see Waterfall come out, and that huge power is plenty to take care of the Ninja, and this Sableye doesn't have any damaging moves.
This is pretty much a wrap. The Sableye, the only attacking move it has is Fake Out, so even if the Psychic terrain wasn't up, it could not use it at this point in the battle.
Yeah, such a fascinating game. I don't think I've ever seen a game quite like that.
Yeah, no, that was... Jared absolutely cooked with this Meowstic set. I apologize, Jared. I was not familiar with your Meowstic's game.
I was not either. That was unbelievable, honestly.
I feel the perfect fool for wondering where the Gardevoir was.
Yeah. And yeah, there's just nothing this poor Sableye can do.
Braves just taking the time now to think about, okay, what do we want to do in Game 3? What adjustments do we want to make? He came out very strong in the start of Game 2. Just immediately picking up a KO on the Decidueye. I genuinely thought like Jared was behind so quickly, but he was able to find a line to turn it around. A very incredibly well-played game. As now we're having a little bit of fun.
Intimidating his own Gyarados, revealing Ice Fang. I don't know if that's the move.
That is also an interesting tech into what Braves brought. Makes sense. Braves did have the option to bring Mega Garchomp. That was one of the Pokemon that he drafted. So it does make sense that you would have the Ice Fang there. But I agree with you. A little interesting choice to reveal that there on that last turn. So now...
Definitely is. And
now we go into Game 3. We've seen the adjustments from Braves. Jared did not make any adjustments and came out so much better there. So what kind of adjustments would you like to see for your Braves? Do you think he goes back to that Game 1 plan?
it definitely does get tricky all of a sudden. The Game 1 plan did work, however, like, Jared has such a deep toolkit on this team from what we've seen, so maybe there's a world where he just plans on not getting hit with that Will-O-Wisp, and maybe the Garchomp can kind of command the game without getting burned, but I still definitely did like Braves' Game 1 plan more. There's a world he also didn't catch that it was Scarf Garchomp Game 1 after that Encore interaction. So maybe that caught him off guard, and now he can adjust accordingly. But I don't know. It's just, we haven't even seen all the Mons from Jared. There is a world that this Gardevoir still can do a lot of damage, and if I had to guess, it's probably also carrying that expanding force, which is just horrifying.
Yeah, most likely. That was what I was thinking as well, because you do have the with the psychic terrain revealed on the Meowstic. It would definitely make sense, as we get a double starter reveal here from Braves, with the Greninja and Delphox staring down Meowstic and Garchomp.
It's these Gen 6 demons. Braves also did draft Chestnut, so definitely some fun choices on the draft there, getting all the Gen 6 starters. And they have been putting in work, so whether it have been intentional for the theming or if he just wanted the Pokemon because they're good, it's definitely not proving to be a bad decision on his end.
So we see the Gyarados swapping in for the Garchomp, assumedly looking to take that Ice Punch coming out from the Greninja, as we just see a Reflect go up from the Meowstic. And a Will-O-Wisp will dodge.
Misses. Very unfortunate. This Delphox has been struggling to connect the moves this whole set. And now, yeah, it's gonna have to probably click the Will-O-Wisp again. You don't want to be taking that Waterfall at full power.
Absolutely. Greninja going for the Night Slash, turning into a pure Dark type now. So Jared could even make a call here that if Delphox is going to protect or go out, that Waterfall into the pure Dark type Greninja will do a considerable amount.
Absolutely. Greninja not known for its defenses. And I don't know if it'll be able to remove it, even with a critical hit, but it's definitely doing well over half. It's not damage this Greninja wants to take. This Greninja has been a key component for Braves this whole set. Wisp does come out, and thankfully it connects this time. Greninja reveals Flip Turn.
Doing more damage to himself with Life Orb than did to the Decidueye.
Yeah. But, you know, getting it off the board definitely...
Oh, no, for sure. Absolutely was in a position it definitely did not want to be in, as the Delphox still takes 70% from that burned Waterfall.
That is truly devastating damage, especially since Greninja's Special Bulk is... or Gyarados, excuse me. Its Special Bulk is just very high. Like, this Delphox can't do much to deal with it. So, not an ideal position. We do have the Fake Out online, so we can see either a simple Fake Out Heat Wave, try and get whatever mileage you can, or maybe we'll see a positioning play from Braves here. Yeah, this Delphox is not too happy right here.
The Decidueye is definitely not thrilled to be staring down from the Delphox either, being weak to both of its stabs.
Is just going to be the Garchomp coming in. Decidueye does protect, so probably taking just a Heat Wave pretty safely. It's going to take that Fake Out, do a little Rough Skin chip, and it's probably only going to take about 25% from this double up. So definitely a great pivot from Jared.
We'll see if there is the burn chance. We'll see if this comes out. All right, we dodged the burn, luckily. So, as we know, it is the Scarf Garchomp, which it will be the fastest thing on the field. This Delphox is in immediate danger, so we'll see how Braves decides to respond to that, as the Decidueye is going to get out of dodge. Dodging the Encore there, as the Garchomp will move first, take out that Delphox with the Dragon Claw. Braves deciding just to let it go down. We'll get the free switch and try and play the game out from there.
Yeah, definitely not ideal. However, this Garchomp is kind of forced to do a whole lot of nothing on this turn. Likely going to pivot. I can't see it caring too much about getting the damage on Sableye here.
Yeah,
and
oh god.
Azumaril is relatively free to Belly Drum. However, I could see it just wanting to take the damage while it can get it, right? Because if the Psychic Terrain goes up, it's suddenly, even at +6, not threatening too much. The Decidueye should just outspeed and then move it. So
yeah,
we'll see how Braves decides to navigate this.
It is a very tricky position because I feel like the Azumaril is going to get intimidated here with the Gyarados coming back in. Oh no, it is going to be the Decidueye. That is very risky switch, both being weak to fairies. As the Sable comes out, gets blocked by the Psychic Terrain, and Braves, excuse me, calls the wrong slot there and will play rough into the Meowstic. Unfortunately, not picking up the KO as that Reflect fades.
Yeah, and interestingly enough, just by clicking the Psychic Terrain, the Sableye is as good as being removed from this game.
Yeah.
Right? Its entire kit is invalidated, other than maybe a fake out into the Gyarados. But
I am a little surprised Braves brought the Sableye in this game, knowing that the Psychic Terrain was an option.
I agree. It's definitely, I mean, just one Prankster button, and the Prankster is going to go before the Sableye, so unless it's clicking fake out, it just immediately gets invalidated.
Yeah.
If we're able to maybe stall out the Psychic Terrain, which we saw Leaf Storm on the Decidueye, so it'll definitely be a tall order. I don't think Ice Punch will be enough to remove Decidueye. Gunk Shot might. We will see it become a 4.
I do believe the Gunk Shot was about 80% in game 1. I think it did like right around 80%. So it might be a roll. It might be a range here where but he is -1. We'll see how much this Ice Punch does. That does not do much.
Yeah, nowhere near enough. Not trying to risk it. Give himself some odds with a freeze chance.
You do see the Brick Break come out, and that's the other thing with the Gunk Shot. You would have resisted that. That is one thing to have considered there. Not dropping your fighting weakness, going for that Ice Punch.
Yeah, and now the last chance I can possibly see for Braves here is to dodge that Leaf Storm. It's not a Leaf Blade on the Decidueye, so there are some mischances, but
yeah, interesting mixed set here. It could also, I feel like there is a chance it could just live if it is that mixed Decidueye. Oh, he is just faster.
Oh, okay. Wow.
I did not expect that.
Yeah, I believe Decidueye is an entire 10 base speed points faster than Azumaril, so this thing is heavily speed invested.
Yeah, this thing is moving.
Yeah, all of a sudden.
Yeah, we have a game here. The Azumaril still at full HP. It is -1, I believe, from that Gyarados switching in last turn. But
yeah, I do think it's dealing plenty of damage to the remaining targets.
Absolutely. And the Gyarados is burned, so its damage output is severely limited. I do wonder if Jared is if we're going to see the Mega and hope. I think he's going for it. I think he's gonna try and copy the Huge Power and skill swap again.
Yeah, he might. Or it could just be an Expanding Force, get the damage where you can. But
he gets the Huge Power!
It's going to be Protect from Azumaril. If he called this, it will be devastating. And it's going to be a taunt, so I'm trying to avoid any shenanigans from this Gyarados. Getting rid of its ability to protect
is just the Expanding Force. But he does have the... Oh, Gyarados coming out with the taunt on his own. Braves Oh, as the Psychic Terrain disappears, so Jared's Meowstic is in a position here. Has multiple things it wants to do this turn, but it really can only do one of them, right?
Yeah, very unfortunate timing on that Psychic Terrain, especially now that it's lost its Prankster ability. The Sableye can actually just taunt it and prevent it from getting the expanding force back.
I believe the Azumaril can just KO it with an Aqua Jet. It was really low. The Aqua Jet probably would have been enough. There it is. Braves calls the Aqua Jets into that slot. We'll see if the Encore does come out and will fail into... Was he encoring the Meowstic slot in case that didn't KO?
It was an encore into the Meowstic slot, interestingly enough. Or he might have... Let's see, is that how that interaction works? Encoring...
Yeah, I believe
he
so.
Might have tried to encore the taunt, not knowing the interaction, because for that to work, you need to have clicked taunt, and he didn't get to click taunt. So, possible, just unfortunate interaction there.
Gyarados.
Definitely a very unique
Gonna go back out into the Meowstic. Gets the huge power again.
Very unfortunate. I do like Jared trying to preserve it, give himself those odds to get the Prankster back.
And gets the...
Unfortunately, no dice. Pyro comes out.
Yeah, the Garchomp will go down.
Goes down. This is a game of inches. I can't quite see how this endgame can play out. Like, there's a world where we just see Meowstic go for Psychic Terrain, but no, it's likely still going to go down to an Aqua Jet. This Azumaril, I believe, is it -2 or 3? It's only -1. Excuse me. Yeah, this.
I thought it
this
took
Meowstic is absolutely.
So, and we know that I'm pretty sure the Gyarados doesn't have Power Whip. I believe we've seen Taunt, Ice Fang, and Waterfall. So, assuming it has Protect,
come out and it does plenty to remove that Meowstic, and now this is just an Encore Disable endgame. Wow. And it's going to be a Taunt coming out, making sure it's forced to click an attacking move, right? So there's no way to get around this Encore Disable. It's
going for the freeze?
Going for a freeze.
Oh, we get it!
Gets it! And
honestly, being disabled here might actually be better for Jared. I think Struggle will do more damage than Waterfall or Ice Fang.
It definitely will. We're gonna see the Encore. Can we get a freeze on this Sableye?
Ice Fang comes out. Do we see the freeze? No freeze. And Azumaril thaws immediately. Hits the Play Rough. Bringing Gyarados down to the red. Only a couple turns left just of the burn alone.
Yeah, and it is well within range of a single Struggle.
Yeah, absolutely.
And here comes the Disable. Probably just a Play Rough. Not much this poor Gyarados can do. Ice Fang, of course, disabled. Play Rough comes out.
The Play Rough misses!
This Gyarados is doing everything it possibly can, and honestly, I can't blame her. This was a well-fought battle on both sides.
No, this was a wild set. I can't believe we had a great value branded huge power skill swap. What a set. Yeah, Braves with honestly like 2 come from behind wins in games 2 and 3 for Jared and Braves. Both of them looked in such rough positions very early on in both of those sets, and they both were able to pull it back. Incredible play from both sides.
I think that's absolutely set of the week, but I might be willing to call that set of the tournament. That was just unbelievable.
Absolutely, that was such an incredible set. The closed team sheet nature of this of this draft league being shown perfectly there. We saw so many techs on both sides. An incredible series, genuinely. But
yeah, I honestly, after that, I can't wait to see more from Jared. With this being his first set of the tournament, he definitely showed a lot of potential to do some crazy shenanigans with this team.
Yeah, absolutely. I play Braves next week, so I'll definitely have my work cut out for me there. But yeah, what a fantastic set. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. Thank you, Mason, if you have any final thoughts.
I think that's about it. Thank you for, of course, joining me on comms for this and doing all the recording. I had a blast with
Absolutely.
this
was fun. I look forward. We gotta do this. We gotta do this more throughout the tournament run. But for sure, thank you so much for watching on behalf of myself and my co-commentator Mason. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day, and thanks for stopping by.
Peace.